Hey everyone, Dr. Mike here. Becoming a new parent is an amazing experience, but it also comes with a whole bunch of important decisions. One of the biggest ones you'll face is how to feed your little one. Breastfeeding and formula feeding both have their pros and cons, and the best choice really depends on your individual circumstances and preferences. The most important thing is that your baby is fed, healthy, and thriving. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Let's kick things off by talking about breastfeeding, which has been the traditional method of feeding babies for centuries. From ancient civilizations to modern times, mothers have relied on this natural process to nourish their infants. Breast milk is like a superfood specifically designed for your baby's needs. It's a dynamic living fluid that adapts to provide the perfect balance of nutrients. It's packed with antibodies that help fight off infections, crucial for a newborn's developing immune system. These antibodies are essential in protecting your baby from common illnesses. Breast milk also contains live enzymes that aid in digestion and nutrient absorption. These enzymes help break down food, making it easier for your baby to digest and absorb essential nutrients. The composition of breast milk changes over time to adapt to your baby's growth and developmental stages. This means that as your baby grows, the milk evolves to meet their changing nutritional needs. Beyond the nutritional benefits, breastfeeding creates a unique bonding experience for both mom and baby. This bond is strengthened through the physical closeness and emotional connection that breastfeeding fosters. That skin-to-skin contact releases hormones like oxytocin, strengthening that emotional connection. Breastfeeding is incredibly cost-effective, saving families a significant amount of money. You're not spending money on formula, bottles, or sterilization equipment. This can be a huge financial relief, especially in the early months when expenses can add up quickly. Plus, it's readily available whenever and wherever your baby needs it. There's no need to worry about running out of supplies or preparing bottles in the middle of the night. Studies have shown that breastfeeding can reduce the risk of certain types of cancer for moms. This added health benefit makes breastfeeding a win-win for both mother and child. Now let's shift gears and talk about formula feeding. Formula feeding is a popular choice for many parents, and it's easy to see why. Formula has come a long way, and today's formulas are designed to provide babies with essential nutrients. They are carefully formulated to mimic the nutritional profile of breast milk as closely as possible. One of the biggest advantages of formula feeding is the flexibility it offers. You can feed your baby anywhere, anytime, without needing to find a private space. Since anyone can give a bottle, it allows partners, family members, or caregivers to share in the feeding responsibilities. This can be a great way for others to bond with the baby and give the primary caregiver a much-needed break. Formula feeding also makes it easier to track exactly how much milk your baby is consuming. This can be particularly helpful for parents who want to ensure their baby is getting enough nutrition. When you're formula feeding, you don't have to worry about your diet affecting your baby's milk supply. You can enjoy a varied diet without concerns about how it might impact your baby. While breastfeeding is convenient at home, it can sometimes be challenging in public settings. Finding a private space or using a nursing cover can be stressful. Formula feeding can be more discreet and less stressful for some moms. It allows you to feed your baby comfortably in any setting without the need for special accommodations. Choosing formula doesn't mean you're missing out on bonding with your baby. The act of feeding, whether by breast or bottle, is a special time for connection. Bottle feeding still allows for close physical contact and loving interaction. You can hold your baby close, look into their eyes, and enjoy those precious moments together. Chapter 3. Weighing your options, factors to consider. So we've covered the benefits of both breastfeeding and formula feeding. Each method has its own set of advantages that can cater to different needs and preferences. Now let's dive into some important factors to consider when making the best decision for your family. It's not just about the baby, it's about the whole family's well-being. It's crucial to have an open and honest conversation with your doctor or pediatrician. They can provide insights that you might not have considered. They can assess your individual circumstances and provide personalized guidance. This can include medical history, current health conditions, and any potential risks. Certain medical conditions can impact the safety of breastfeeding. For instance, some infections or chronic illnesses might necessitate alternative feeding methods. Additionally, some medications might not be compatible with breastfeeding. Always check with your healthcare provider about any prescriptions or over-the-counter drugs. Your work schedule and lifestyle also play a significant role in this decision. Consider how much time you can realistically dedicate to feeding, and whether you have the flexibility to do so. Formula feeding can offer more flexibility and allow for others to help with feedings. This can be particularly helpful for working parents or those with busy schedules. Every baby is unique, and some infants might have specific needs that influence your feeding choice. Allergies, digestive issues, or other health concerns can dictate the best approach. Having a strong support system can make a world of difference. Emotional and practical support from family and friends can ease the transition and help you stick to your chosen method. Access to lactation consultants or breastfeeding support groups can provide invaluable guidance. These resources can offer tips, answer questions, and provide the encouragement you need. Chapter 4. Finding the perfect balance combination feeding. You don't necessarily have to choose between breastfeeding and formula feeding. Many families find that a combination of both methods works best for them. This approach allows you to enjoy the benefits of both options while tailoring the feeding plan to your baby's needs and your lifestyle. For example, you could breastfeed for the first few months and then gradually introduce formula. Combination feeding can also be a lifesaver if you're experiencing breastfeeding challenges. The key to successful combination feeding is finding a balance that works for both you and your baby. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to approach combination feeding. Don't hesitate to reach out to your pediatrician or a lactation consultant for guidance and support. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the ins and outs of breastfeeding and formula feeding. Whether you choose breastfeeding, formula feeding, or a combination of both, trust your instincts and do what feels right for you and your little one. Share your experiences, tips, and questions in the comments below. Let's create a supportive community. And don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based health information and parenting advice. Until next time, stay healthy and keep those little ones happy.